What up? It's Wall Street back again. And today I want to talk about the future. Because as a Washington Wizards fan, right now all I can look forward to is the future. We are 3-21, worst team in the league, which means I'm counting all my hopes for the draft. That's all I care about. And obviously, Cooper Flagg has been the touted, expected number one overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft that will be taking place in June of next year. And obviously, there's some other contenders in there. You know, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, even Igor Demin, VJ Edgecombe. All those guys are in the mix for the number one overall pick, but I believe, I can say that Cooper Flagg has the majority vote to go number one overall in next year's draft. But what I want to talk about is, obviously now that we've seen him play a little bit at Duke for his freshman season, we have a little bit of a better idea of what kind of a player he's going to be. And obviously it's college, and NBA is a lot different than college, but college is also a lot different than high school. So we're going to see a lot, different stats, numbers from Cooper Flagg than what we were seeing on those crazy hoop mixtapes. Him getting 30 points, 20 plus boards, 10 blocks, like crazy shit like that. And it's going to be interesting to see, first of all, where he lands. I really hope that he goes to the Wizards, because not only would, that be a great addition to the team, I think he fits what we're trying to do fairly well, and he's, fairly raw as well. Very young too. I don't even think he's 18 yet. He might just have turned 18. No, he's 17 years old, turns 18 on December 21st, 2024. So he's going to be in the NBA at 18 years old. He's going to play an NBA game at 18 years old. Obviously, if he, comes out into the draft this year, which I would be shocked if he didn't. But I want to talk about what his player comp is, because I've seen a bunch of different names be thrown around. There was a debate on Jeff Teague's podcast about him being, compared to Josh Smith, which is not a bad player comparison. But obviously everyone thinks that Cooper Flagg is going to be a superstar already, and Josh Smith was not necessarily a superstar. Was definitely an all-star caliber talent, but not a superstar. And I believe that's still a good comp. It's just, I think Cooper Flagg will likely exceed what Josh Smith did at the NBA level. But, obviously we'll see. But some of the other names, people threw out Jason Tatum. That's obviously a very lofty comp to give out. I've seen Scottie Pippen. Anthony Davis is another one they've compared him to. I've heard some people say Zion, but I don't really, I think it's just the explosiveness. It's not really the play style that's similar. And a lot of people have been saying Paolo Banchero as well, which, both went to Duke. I think that's probably where that comparison comes from. But, if Cooper can bulk up like Paolo did, I think he's going to be in a much better spot. The comp that I think of that I think Cooper Flagg fits into fairly well is Blake Griffin. I think Cooper Flagg and Blake Griffin have a ton of similarities. Blake was obviously a lot more built coming into the league, and he got more built, through his first couple of years. Obviously sat out that first year with an injury, sat out the whole year. Came back 2010, 2011 season, won Rookie of the Year, putting up 20 points and 10 plus rebounds as a rookie. Very impressive, very athletic. Blake Griffin's still one of my favorite players to this day. A lot of good memories of him playing on the Clippers and on the Pistons. It was pretty nice on the Pistons too. But I think Cooper Flagg, he doesn't have a shot right now. He's not really the best shooter. Not shooting great from three-point range, 22%, 72% from the free throw line. 42% from the field, which, I would like to see him shooting like 50% from the field, but obviously he's going to be a very valuable defensive asset for teams in the league. Currently averaging basically a block and a half and a steal and a half so far, 10 games into his college career, 16 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, 3.6 assists. So, and he's not turning the ball over crazy, like, a little bit over 2 per game. And Duke is 8-2. So, as long as your team's winning and you're not having any, crazy bad stats, I think he's probably going to be a lock for that number 1 pick. But I think like I saw the Scottie Pippen comparison at first, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to say that he's, comparable to an NBA Hall of Famer, right? Like, I was really impressed how he, I saw some of the clips of him practicing with Team USA during the summer. That was very, very indicating that, he can play at the NBA level. It's still not really dictating what kind of player he's going to be at the NBA level, but he has a decent ball handle. So I think having a decent ball handle and being athletic as a 6'9" forward, you can kind of slide and play point guard, or at least fill a, bring a ball up type of role, facilitating role on certain possessions on the offensive end. And I think he's just got a lot of the intangibles. And, having that Team USA experience, I think it's really going to help him. I just think, he weighs like 205 right now. He's 6'9", 205. I think if he can get up to like 225 by the time he starts his rookie season, which is probably going to be pretty difficult. But if he can do that, I think he's going to be in decent shape, because you see these guys who are, getting pushed around constantly in the league once they get drafted. I mean, like Alex Sarr is a good example. He's a little bit taller than Cooper Flagg, but he's getting pushed around like crazy by bigger, guys in the league, centers, power forwards. And you're just, even if you're athletic on, a lower level than the NBA, your athleticism will translate, but it's not going to be as valuable if you're getting pushed around by everybody, because you can jump, but you're not jumping over everybody unless you're, you got like Michael Jordan type of vertical, which not a lot of guys do. It's not that common. So I like the Blake Griffin comp for Cooper Flagg. I think if he can fulfill that comp, that's a really good goal for him to aim for, right? I don't think he should be like, oh, I need to be the best player all time. I need to be LeBron James. I need to be this. Just be Cooper Flagg. Just do you. If you need some guidance on how to play, I think a Blake Griffin film study would be useful for him, because Blake Griffin was all time. Blake Griffin was incredible, and I don't think a lot of people really realize how good he was now that he kind of had a quick dip into retirement. Went to the Brooklyn Nets, and then was basically just riding the bench on the Celtics. But a lot of people are also saying that they don't think Cooper Flagg could be the number 1 option, which, I think Blake Griffin can certainly be a number 1 option, in his heyday, but he wasn't winning you championships. So I think the comp still applies, where Cooper Flagg can be the best player on your team, but are you going to win with Cooper Flagg being the best guy on your team? That we don't know yet, and we will not know until we've seen him play in the league for a couple of years at least. But I do think he would fit great on the Washington Wizards. I think Cooper Flagg being in DC would bring some attention. We would get some national TV games, which I have been wanting for a long time, but obviously when the team is this bad, nobody's going to watch him on national TV. So I get it. But having, this highly touted rookie prospect, I think it would change a lot of things, and it would make the team a lot more desirable for viewers that aren't necessarily Wizards fans. So I know the Pelicans fans out there too, hoping that you get Cooper. I'm hoping that he goes to DC, because nonetheless, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, those guys are going to be good too. So top 3 pick for, any team in this year's draft would be a franchise changing move, most likely. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you think Cooper Flagg's most accurate NBA comp is? I want to know your thoughts. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what's up. Leave some comments down below. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you did not like the video, give me a dislike. Let me know what's up. Let's talk. Without further ado, hope you guys stay safe. Watch some basketball. Handle business. Catch you later. Peace.